You're now listening to the Cerberus Gridiron Podcast. And now your hosts, Christian and Chris, powered by Cerberus Fantasy Sports.
But let's go. Welcome to the Cerberus Gridiron Podcast. I am your host, Christian_CFS, and here's your co-host, Mr. K Camp.
What up, my good people? Shalom, I came to my good people, and shalom, I came to my bad people. May you soon become good. What up, bro?
Not much, man. Not much. Just ready to talk about some fantasy, man. Got a nice little show.
11? No, it's 10. It's 10. Week 10. Week 10?
Yeah, this is week 10. Yeah, week 10. Week 10 is almost up in the books. I know there's some people out there fighting, scratching and clawing, trying to get their way into the fantasy football playoff season. And that's what we're trying to help you with today. So, just to get things underneath the wire, let's go on and get into it right now.
What episode we on? Episode...
This is episode 23. Jordan in 23. The building.
Okay.
Yeah.
MJ.
I don't know anybody else. I don't know anybody else other than MJ for that.
Nobody else matter with at number 23. Don't know. No other. Does not. You did right.
In the CGP news. The CGP news. If people don't understand what the CGP news, it is just the Cerberus Gridiron Podcast news section where we give you the most up-to-date, recent NFL news that just happened up in fantasy-wise. Anything big, anything major. I don't. Well, it's not injury news, but a lot of teams have been making some upsets now. Like we all did see, actually, Houston upset the Bengals. Like C.J. Stroud is CJ Stroud is starting to put that team up on his back.
He looked like the real deal. A lot of people, and I was higher on Bryce. So go ahead.
Yeah, a lot of people are actually questioning if the Panthers made the right move and taking CJ or Bryce, because you see one QB's balling, the other one's not balling, and then everybody's saying that the Panthers had this number one coaching staff on paper, which it looked like that they did, but I don't know. Something not twining together up in that. But they're gonna have time.
I heard Frank Wright. It was CJ Stroud up until like 2 weeks before the draft, and I heard Tepper came down and was like, "We going Bryce Young," and that was all zero. So they had like 2 weeks to get on board.
Yeah,
that's what I heard. Don't quote me. Allegedly, that's what I heard. Allegedly, that's the story.
Yeah, it could have been the story. I don't know, man. I am not in those streets, so. But let's. What about them Browns? No, it wasn't no injuries. But I'm just talking about like key things that like we seeing this week that. Like the Browns came back and actually beat a tough division rival up in the Ravens. So,
I had a 4-game parlay, and I bet it, and I put in there. I put Cleveland money line. That's the win or lose money line. Paid out real nice. But I had three other games, and I missed. I missed about one game. That was a nice little payout. Should have been a nice little payout. Yeah, and then the Bengals lost, right?
Yep.
To Stroud. Yes. So now in that division, so now you got the Bengals and Baltimore. They play Thursday, both coming off a loss. Who you taking? Who you taking?
Where's the game at?
Good game. I think it. Don't quote me, but I think it's in Cincinnati. I think.
Okay.
That's tough. That's tough. Because probably is because they was just at home. They wouldn't make them travel like that. I don't know if they would. I don't know if they would or not, but yeah.
No.
That's Thursday.
No, it's not in Baltimore.
It is? So
it's in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's going to be a good game. So the line should be Baltimore minus 2.5, minus 3. One of those two numbers.
Right now, the spread is actually 3.2 or 3.5. So
3.5 for Baltimore?
3.5 for Baltimore right now. So
that means on the neutral field, Baltimore's a half-point favorite. So for all my people out there who a little bit about gambling, home field in football, home field advantage, you automatically get 3 points. So that's why I said 3.5. So on a neutral field, at 3.5, Baltimore is favored by a half point. Okay. It's just a full point.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It very is.
Because what I want to happen, I wanted Baltimore, because Baltimore was kicking Cleveland ass at first. And then Lamar had a pick six, and then something else happened. So I was hoping Baltimore was going to win. Cincinnati to win also, but just for Baltimore to slip up and let Cincinnati beat them on Thursday. But now they both lost. Oh no, that's the same division. Woo.
Right. See, that's the thing right there. But we'll see what ends up happening. Let's go to this next segment and everything. Let's go on and get to it. In the next segment, don't do these before the playoffs. Don't do these before the playoffs. And what we're talking about is things that you should not do before the playoffs. Pretty much just straightforward.
Okay.
So do you have any examples? We can actually, for people just to get that more insight analysis, we can actually bring up some of our leagues that we're actually in, and we could show you hey, this is what we're talking about, and then demonstrating don't do these before.
Don't do these before. You give me your example. Let me feed off.
So one of my examples is not overthinking. Overthinking. That is the number one out there. If you know you've been rocking with your studs all year long, do not overthink it when it comes playoff time. And y'all might be thinking why are they talking about playoffs 3 weeks ahead of time, things like that. Here at Cerberus Fantasy Sports and then up on this Cerberus Gridiron Podcast, we zig when dag on others zag, because we will rather have y'all prepared ahead of time before everybody else starts talking about it 2 weeks before. So then you can start already having your mind ready and doing these trades or suggestions at least 2 to 3 weeks up in advance, and also looking down the road instead of waiting exactly right then and there. But that's one of the things that I'm thinking, do not, if you got studs on your team, and when I mean studs are known for being top 10 or top 5 in their own category. So if you got a stud QB, which is, who's a stud? Give me an example. We got Mr. Patrick Mahomes. He's a stud. He is never going to come out your lineup. I don't care if he is hurt. I don't care. I don't care anything. He's not coming. You saw what he did up in the playoffs whenever he was limping, with the ankle. The dude still gutted through and ended up doing you some favors in that playoff. In running back position, you ain't taking out Christian McCaffrey. No. He is staying in your lineup. Wide receivers. Shoot, who's the number one wide receiver this year? Tyreek Hill. We already know how good Tyreek is.
Even though he had
Tyreek
ups
Hill
and downs.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But his ups be, and
Yep.
it'd be more ups than downs. So
Mm-hmm. That's when you gotta roll the dice and everything like that. Just going.
You gotta take his good weeks with his bad weeks. Got to.
Yeah, got to. But Mr.
Travis
K-Camp,
Kelce. You don't take out Kelce.
At tight end. Nope.
Number one tight end. You keep being. Hey, you roll with him. You roll with him.
Yep.
Got to. Got to get the
Defenses.
number one tight end.
Defense
this year?
Well, I'm just saying
defense.
I'm just telling people out there, defenses and special teams for people that actually play in leagues that actually have special teams and defenses. Like example, he just said the Cowboys. We can also talk about maybe the 49ers. Like even though they did slip up three straight, but
you start them no matter who they play.
Start them like
this is the bye week. The only time you don't take them out, bye week.
Yep.
It's called an automatic start.
Yep, and we're gonna go to the very next thing, and this is where people don't like. But just so y'all know, kickers are people too.
Yeah, a couple of people they try to get rid of the kickers, but y'all matter. Y'all matter too.
And that number one kicker that we do not take out, that is Justin Tucker or daggone Harrison Butler. You know for a fact you ain't taking them out regardless because of their status and everything.
I got Harrison on my team, and he automatic start. Only way he ain't starting today because he on the bye.
Set it and then forget it.
Hey, the more though you can get, the more shifts you're gonna be in the running for.
But also, like, you're trying to understand, like, how do you get some of these studs? It's actually doing some good research. During the off season, we're gonna actually go in some deep, thorough analysis, getting y'all prepared. Thorough analysis.
Oh, thorough. Okay, thorough. Gotcha.
Ain't no. You thought no pause. No.
Hey.
Nah.
You just pause that G. What?
Nah, man.
You say what? Okay, gotcha. I'm with you. I'm tracking.
Yeah, so you got that. But those are your studs. Like, never think twice. So number one was never overthink. Don't take out
never
your
overthink. I mean, I would be. It's kind of shit. Steaming off of yours is like, don't panic. Don't panic. You know what I'm saying? Have faith. It's just, I think, don't try to get too cute, right? I think, toward the end, especially in the playoffs, you want like, man, I guess it's still back to your point though. Such and such is playing such and such, and you want to get too cute. I'm gonna try to catch him and maybe take out Kelce and put in Kincaid to this week or Laporta this week because they playing, I don't know, some team who's number one against the tight end or something. They could just keep who brung you there, So don't panic, be calm, yeah. Try to keep that faith.
I like you actually brought that up. You got to take it 1 week at a time, but the one thing I will say, so if you don't have the studs that actually got you there, that's the reason why sometimes people be overthinking. Like, they're like, okay, well, I don't have a Kelce. I don't have I don't have a Mark Andrews. I don't have this year TJ Hawkinson's, which we knew TJ was going to do his thing up in Minnesota.
Big game today.
Like, people shocked about Sam Laporta doing this thing. The dude came from Iowa, dog.
He was not. This was the that's tight end you.
Ain't nobody shocked about that. That's why when you were doing your pre-draft, you doing your pre-draft analysis, man, go and look for which tight end is coming out of Iowa and just do like a brief film study, 3 to 4 games over them, and then you'll see the reason why. But yeah, I understand. Like, I've done that plenty of times where you physically I just scheduled like each each QB, like if I didn't have a stud, I'm looking like, okay, well, my stud just got hurt. So what moves can I make right now?
Ooh.
Things like that. No. I'm not talking about me personally. Like now, up in the season, I'm talking about ahead of time, like years past. Like I would physically examine and get certain players just for that week. So for like my bye weeks, I would just have a certain player that's going to go in just up on that bye week because of his matchup and then everything. But when it came to the playoff time, I did stuff similar to that too as well. If it was that time and moment where I'm just throwing darts out there and then hoping something stick because I ain't having no chance making the playoffs. But I'm in there, and you know what they say. The only thing you got to do is just get in there.
Just get in there.
So we talked about not overthinking at number one. Which one we're gonna keep rattling these off so you understand them. So just make sure you write these things down. Number 2, we said what?
Don't overthink. What I say? I mean, you said don't overthink, then I say stay calm and don't panic. You know. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So we going. Don't overthink, and then do not set the alarms. Do not set the alarms.
Do not
set the alarm. So now at the number 3, it is do not make trades you should not be making.
I mean, that's that's obvious, no?
Nah, bro.
Give me an example.
I'll give one prime example right now. I am a witness. I'm letting y'all see what I did for. So we already knew I needed like up in the other league, we're actually in the power league. I needed another running back. So what I ended up doing was, I like my rookies. So I'm big on Jaden Reed, and we see how good Jaden Reed did today. Your boy blew off. Dude blew up today, which I think he's going to continue doing that as each week goes on. But then he's a rookie, so my philosophy. I don't start my rookies, but with that, I also got I got Brandon Ayuk up in the deal, and that was the main person I was trying to get, and I was trying just to splash with like Tony Pollard, but that's one person. He ain't been doing diddly.
We talked about Tony. Last week. Yeah.
I'm like, so that's the reason why I'm saying don't do in trades. Because example, if I'd have never did that trade, the person that I gave up in that trade was David Montgomery, and he's actually back now.
Oh man, I talked about him too. He went for 75. He went for 100 and something in the tub today. You did that?
Yep.
I know I talked about DM this off season. I know I talked about him. But now he in trouble now because now they spend time 50-50. Today I watched them. And they literally alternated. They alternated series. And
but that's what it was going to be like anyways.
That they both, yes, I knew it was going to happen, but Dave Montgomery had him. He had him until he got hurt. He had him as an arm's length. He had him.
Well, I really don't know because when daggone rookie what they do, they draft him high for a reason.
Yeah,
they ain't like they remember this Lions team is not like those Falcons that daggone draft players high and then don't use them to their ability.
Right.
And maybe I should never went down that daggone avenue because I know for a fact you
did better today though. I made a call to Arthur Blank this past week. I said, "Hey man, you don't draft a stud and keep him in the stable. Arthur. He got a couple horses down there in Atlanta, and I said, hey, you don't get a stud and keep him in the barn, do you? No, you're right. Man, let's go. And he from going back to his hometown there in Arizona. It's Bijan. So it's not Bijan, it's Bijan. Maybe that's his name. It's Bijan Robinson. Not Bijan. I heard it today on the thing. His mama pronounced it Bijan.
That's how. See, you got Google and everything doing all these translating. People calling him Bijan. It's Bijan.
No,
Get it right, everybody.
Bijan. Bijan Robinson.
Bijan Robinson.
Mama Robinson, I got you. I heard you. I got you.
Bijan Robinson. That sounds like a nice Italian dish.
But
Bijan.
I think that he would have had Gibbs at an arm's length a little bit longer if he not have got hurt. Now, see, when he got hurt, they had to put Gibbs in, and they showed him shining like, oh, snap. Okay, so he is ready. Let's go. Now 50-50 split. But I think David Montgomery, he can still be on pace to hit 1,010. That was our number for him. 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. And that's before the season. So if he hit that, I'm good. I can't, and that's him having a 3-touchdown game that he had a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I know right now he's probably up to 6 touchdowns. 3, he had 3, 4. I know he's had 1 and 2 more. And he might be up to 6 touchdowns already. So yeah.
But you also got to remember too, like they drafted him high, but they are switching. They're switching roles too as well. Like we both already said this from the very beginning that we knew that Jamal Williams was Jamal Williams.
Oh.
He was no David Montgomery. So he was always going to be better. It's just like what they say in football. You're supposed to get better. In fantasy, you want to get better each and every week. And that's what they did in that running back room. They got better with David Montgomery, and they also got better with Jahmyr Gibbs.
We knew he's younger. He can catch, and he can still run. So, yeah.
And then they also had Gibbs, too, as like a swing change of pace. Yeah, and then we also know, too, as well, what's the one hardest thing like the one hardest positions coming into the actual league is the offense. Because it takes the rookies longer to understand what happens in the offense. And by the time up in the second half of the season, you start seeing like all these running backs clicking, and you're like, well, where'd all this come from? Well, what you think was going to happen? Like it takes them, like some are special studs and they just get it right off gate. They can already read the defense. They already know what's coming here, what's coming there. And some, it takes some time. And most of the time it's the second half of the season. And when it is the second half of the season, they're going to boom. And we're seeing Jahmyr Gibbs taking off. And I think they're going to continue to take off because just like what we said from the very beginning, we've been very high on the Lions this year, from golf to the running backs to the wide receiver, not wide receivers, wide receiver, and then Sam Laporta. We already knew he was going to be good. We just knew it was going to take time. But what about number 4? What's number 4 out there that we don't do these up before the playoffs? Making unnecessary trades is like what I just mentioned. What's number 4 for you?
I don't know. I don't know. There's a course. I don't know. I don't know. What am I focused on? So you actually kind of what am I focused on right now? That I wouldn't do.
Do you want to look at some teams and then just like go from there and do it that way, so we can actually give people that
a better insight? That's fine.
I'm
not sure.
Okay, well let me.
Be for me that I wouldn't.
I'm going to try to pull up one of our leagues, and at this moment,
screen share,
please. I'm a screen share, but please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Go and hit that image that actually looks like this up on YouTube. It's a big old thumbs up. It's free. You ain't got to pay for it. Go and subscribe. It's free. You ain't got to pay for it. It is free 99.
Please like, love, subscribe, comment. Feedback is a gift. Please, 5. You can say whatever you want. Just give us 5 stars, please. We appreciate
at the end of the day,
constructive criticism.
Hopefully in the new
We're here to
year,
entertain
we
you.
can. We're here to entertain, and maybe we can start giving away some valuables and like merchandise or
Got some
some
merch coming.
jerseys. Yeah,
Okay.
man. Like that's what this hat's right here for. Like like got the
We
fatigue.
support. Hey, yes, my veterans. Yes, my fellow
The veterans.
veterans.
We
Represent.
support the vets, but also, man, man, it's for it's for other causes too as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, which
Yeah.
team up in the league do you want to show?
I don't know that we things we should not do before the playoffs. Your team is in the playoff run. Like, what should I not do? I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna make. You already said make the bad trade. Don't do that. So,
Or then we can also throw a little screwball
man,
up in there. You know how we do, man. We can always zig when other people zagging. So if people don't know, like the platform that we're actually on, we're actually talking about reality sports online right now. Currently, this is probably the only
RSO.
platform out there. You might hear people call it RSO. It's the only platform that I know of that actually does salaries, and then I'm talking about NFL salaries where you physically got to give them contracts, like legit GM, and not like what you would do on Sleeper, like your regular drafts, where you have like your snake drafts where anybody can just get whoever they want. You can do trades and then trade back. This one, you physically got to bid for your players. So it's a snake salary auction, linear for like the rookie drafts. But what we are talking about here is we're talking about some players that actually physically probably should have been. Like, we're going to look at some teams and we're going to say, all right, this is what we should do, like in this scenario. And like, we'll let you see like the person's team from like top to bottom, like see who they have on their bench. And we can give you a scenario of what we think. We see that this guy's team is physically, he's 7-2 right now. So we'll give you that actual analysis going on, like what we would end up doing right now before like everything kicks off and then like getting ready for playoffs. So what are you seeing right here? So as you can tell, right now we have he has Dak Prescott as one of his QBs. Also has Gus Edwards, Zach Charbonnet, Amari Cooper, Garrett Wilson, TJ Hawkinson. In his flex position, he put in Taysom Hill, and in his kicker and defense position, he has Justin Tucker and Baltimore's defense. Two defenses and kickers where you just set it and then you forget it.
Forget it. Yeah.
But on his bench, he has Jared Goff, Mac Jones, Leonard Fournette, Justice Hill, Devon Achane, Chase Brown, Jacoby Myers, AJ Brown, Jahan Dotson, and then Hunter Henry. So right there, we gave you a brief overview of what his team is. And his record currently right now is 7-2. 7-2 into this week. And just so you know, we are filming this Sunday night. So the game is on up in the background. And the co-host over there just saw.
I'm sure it's a delay. It was probably delayed in real life. Josh Allen just broke it for like a 40, 50 yarder, got to the end and fumbled, but luckily it went out of bounds.
Yeah, those were those heartbreakers right there. And
he fumbled. He's on like the 15-yard line going in and fumbled.
So
he's back in though.
So let's go and get to it. Like based off looking at his team right now, we already know. Typically, we see that he does have AJ Brown, so that's part of the reason why he had to play Taysom Hill this week.
Yeah, that was because AJ's the automatic start.
He's one of the guys, you said it, and then you forget it. But there's also, we see up in his running back position, he has Gus Edwards and he has Zach Charbonnet in right now. I'm guessing Gus Edwards is his starter because he does have Devon Achane right now up on the the bench because he is hurt still. But also the good thing about that this week, they are on a bye week. Hopefully he is ready to come off that injury or off that IR just to get him and like help him start. So what moves do you see based off this team that you physically should be doing? Your record 7-2. You're pretty much in the playoffs. If people want to understand like how everything is seeded based off of this, I will give you a brief overview. Just looking at the standings. So right now we currently have it's a 3 divisions. So you have, if you win your division, you're automatically in. And then it's the next best with like record. Then they'll go whoever has like the most points if it is a top based off records. So in his division, he has a team that is called King Yoda, which is 8-1 right now. Then his team is this is Little Fish right here. So his team is 7-2. Then you got another team up in his division is Justice League is 5-4, and then another person's team, Mr. Stay Puff, which his team is actually in rebuild mode because he took over a team that was pretty much tanking last year. So you know what, we always get some of those teams out there that people do that and they just tank and they just forget it. So he's in rebuild mode right now. So he's actually 0 right now. Then in one of the other divisions, like the whole league by itself, like there's 3 teams that have 5-4 records. It's like 3 teams. So
fighting for those last 3 spots.
Mm-hmm. So that's where we're probably going to pick between 3,
4, 5. Ooh, 5 teams fight for those last 3 spots. And Gordon won today, though. I think he lost today.
And this is when we're going to put in everything. So as like the co-host mentioned, we do have 5 teams. So we have 3 teams that are up in the top tier, which is 8-1, 7-2, and then 6-3. Those are like the 3 top tier teams right there off gate. So with those being that high, we're going to bring you one team right now, which is Little Fish's team, and we'll break down his team of what he should be doing before the playoffs and getting ready just to get that nice championship run. If he does these moves, then we'll go down to a team. We'll pick one of the teams. We'll let the co-host pick one of the teams that are in the 5-4 range and see what they should do and like what moves they should make. And then we'll just pick from the bottom tier teams on what they should be getting ready to do right now. Did you just see that catch from Mayer's dog?
Mm-hmm. Michael Mayer.
I told you, dog.
Notre Dame forever.
Notre Dame.
I told you Notre Dame was tight end you too.
Notre Dame.
You too. Iowa number 1 and Notre Dame is tight end you too.
Notre Dame. So all right now, let's not keep people all waiting and everything. They really want to know what's going to happen. They really want to know what this team should be doing. Then you can take this team and actually look at it and see, I have some of these players similar to this. Maybe I should actually end up doing this move right here and there. So we see that he's weak in running back. Right. That's the number one thing that I see, obviously. And with him being weak at running back, what are some moves that you think he should do before the playoff season?
Scroll down. I know. Oh, I mean, scroll up. I'm sorry. I want to see how much money he has. If he has it, I get $6 million. So if he has, he needs to
also want to go
his running back.
You also want to go to the picks too as well.
Oh, we getting that deep. We getting that deep talking about picks too, because then you talking about the philosophy. So how do I talk about his team without giving some information that I know about?
Well,
so you got. I mean, he has to make a decision. Obviously, does he want to trade? So he has 4 first-round picks. Does he want to trade maybe 1 or 2 of those first-round picks to go get a I don't know. Who team not good? Josh Jacobs or who's on Kamikaze's team?
Well, that's what I'm
That's a
saying. Like,
lot, though,
also,
right?
if you're looking at he had his one pickup in 25, but we'll go back to the roster and of his team.
Joker's League. I don't know. Let's go with Joker's Wild. Let's see.
That's where it's gonna be. So like
Brian Robinson had it. Brian Robinson had a pretty good game today. So, does he go trade a first, one or two? Go get Brian Robinson?
Mm-hmm. See, that's the thing that like people don't understand right there. It's like, all right, making just the simple moves. Like, are you gonna give up a first for Brian Robinson?
Brian Robinson? I mean, how come you feel like you're gonna make the chip and breach the open field is dangerous.
Oh, he's
breaching the open field.
Oh, you can tell he's not 100%, but
no, he good. No, I think he is. I think he breached 100% now.
Well, he didn't look like that based off that run.
He didn't take any contact.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying though. Like, look at the explosion. Oh, it was a screen, so.
It was a screen, yeah. So he's slick jogging. He ain't trying to let it be both of them.
Yeah. But so we know he should be going for an actual running back. So this is one example, everybody out there, that you should be digging deep, trying to figure out which running backs he has the ability to go get. Like his capital that he has is for first round picks next year, which depends on his philosophy. If he is trying to get the ship this year, he has the ability to. He could offload all those picks just to get a stud. But we know here
I don't agree with.
Hey, I'm not saying that he should, but I'm just saying if you want to compete this year and keep it going, then it's best to give up at least 2 firsts. Just so you can keep it going, because at the end of the day, in reality sports online, the salary caps matter. So whatever the NFL's salary cap is, that is what your salary cap is going to end up being at the beginning of like next year. So if they cut the prime example, you remember up in COVID, when COVID happened in 2020, the cap got cut. So people had to,
it did.
Like the cap got cut by, I think like 20 million. So people had to go through their roster and they had to start making cuts and then just cutting people because that's what they had. So we know this team should be getting a running back. Which team do you want to look at that is in the 5-4 range? And I'll let you break down this team, like what you think they should be going after.
I guess. Oh, not this team. Not this. Okay, in the 5-4 range.
Yeah, in the 5-4 range.
Playoffs.
Yeah. So pick a team that's, because pretty much it's like 3 teams that are all, I say maybe 50 points from each other.
Joker's Wild won today too. Joker's Wild and Attack Titan. Yeah. So
I know which one you're gonna do probably.
I mean, probably Attack Titan. Attack Titan.
Is that who you want to go with?
Yeah.
All right. You want to know something?
Chad lost. What's up?
I thought you was gonna go him anyways.
Who?
So this Attack on Titan. So Attack on Titan's team, he is one of the teams that is 5-4 in the range, and he has Justin Herbert. Okay, he's gonna get that victory today. So he has Justin Herbert in his running back position. He has Miles Sanders, which is boo-boo. We thought he was gonna be a lot better than like what he is. He also has Saquon. Then he has Cortland Sutton, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Kareem Hunt, Jake Elliott. Oh, and he didn't even play a kicker. Oh, well, no, he won today though. He still won. Just so disrespectful.
I didn't even see that. I wanted to even see that. He beat. Let me see. No, take that back. So he might not. He's up 16 points. He has one person left, and that person is Cortland Sutton. And the other guy has Josh Allen and Tyler Bass,
Like what he could though too.
which is
I
the
don't know
kicker.
who was he playing against?
Gordon, who is 4-5. Ooh, depends on what Josh Allen do tomorrow. What's Josh Allen you getting tomorrow?
No, but what I'm saying though, like you saying that he had, he might be able to go. Who they playing? Like who's the Bills playing tomorrow?
Denver.
He might be able to. He might be able to drop. What's his name? Chase Claypool. He might be able to drop him, and then go out there and then get Denver's kicker. If Denver's kicker's out there available, are you able to look at that real quick to see?
Wait, I mean, why you want? He had Tyler Bass. He got the Buffalo kicker.
Who does?
Are you talking about Attack Titan? Oh,
Yeah. This is the team we're supposed to be talking about. Goodness, you looking at other teams. But go ahead. I'll let you carry away. Going and
what's the team?
What's the team?
What is it?
What?
Am I
Attack
looking
on
for?
Titan?
No,
Just looking for the Denver kicker.
No,
but I'll let you.
Somebody's got him.
Oh, somebody already has him?
No, take that back. Will Lutz. Will Lutz,
See?
Denver. He is out there.
Go on, send him that text message real quick.
I'm
like, hey,
I ain't gonna do it because I mean, well,
who would you rather be in this?
I would want somebody to do it to me, so maybe I do need to tell her, hey bro, you don't get your kick out there. Oh damn.
But I'll let you.
What do you tell me?
But like this guy, he does have Justin Jefferson, so he did take a major hit. I think he lost 4 up in a row.
That's what happened.
Ever since Justin Jefferson got
he lost 2 in a row.
Oh, he lost 2 in a row? Okay. But yeah, man, going and what do you think he should end up doing based off this team, like getting this team ready for the playoffs? Or
he needs to get off Miles Sanders. That's his starter. Scroll down, because who else is he starting?
He's in the same boat.
Zeke, AJ, yeah, he needs to get a better running back. So, but I don't know what his picks or whatever are.
Okay, I'll get that for you. Get that information. Attack on Titan. He only has a 1st and 25. 1st and 25, and then a 3rd.
That should get him an upgrade, though. That'll give him a Brian Robinson. I think a 1st. I think Brian Robinson's worth the 1st. At this point in time, if you're desperate.
The thing is he desperate though? Is he? A lot of people are desperate and everything like that. So
I mean, if he want to make the playoffs, yeah. Miles Sanders, you gotta get off him. You gotta get off him because he did weight. He did weight. He's not. He did weight. So now you have to look at the person who has Brian Sanders. Look at his salary cap, because Sanders is worth $31 million, but okay, that's cutting half. So it's probably like 15 million, 15.4. Actually, so that's not quite right either. But yeah, 15.4 because half of the season. So hopefully that person who has Brian Robinson has enough cap space to take out Miles in the 1st for Brian Robinson.
But do you think somebody's going to take on that cap? You ain't going to be able to take on that cap. You have to give up something else.
Or, I mean, if the trade is straight up, he can always just, drop somebody, cut somebody, flip the roster spot, and trade his 1st for Brian Robinson. That's a lot. But that's 2 years from now. Anything can happen 2 years from now.
Yep.
But his running game is lacking. That tight end, he needed a better flex. His flex is Kareem Hunt. He needs a better short down. See the rest of his team.
Like he just had Brandon Cooks, so Brandon Cooks just Brandon Cooks just went off. So
just went off. He's going off. He ain't going off that many games. He either hit or miss. I would probably try to get a better flex too. But what are you gonna give up? Woo.
You have to make some splash happen.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the major things right there. Some people, they just were like, I can't do that because of this and that. But hey, we understand. It's actually, it'd be like that sometimes, people out there. There are hard decisions to make, but you got to make the right decisions to keep your team going forward for futures and for redraft. If you are like, we already know what happens right now. Like people that are in redraft, if you are in that 0-9 team or that 1-8 team, or like the bottom 3-tier teams, and you know for a fact you ain't got no hope, you ain't even worrying about the league. So in the next one, we are going to look at. I'm actually going to go with Kamikaze because his record is 1-8, and do got a lot of money next year. But he has also, but he ain't started defense.
And he got Trey McBride down there. He tanking.
But we've already know, like based off what his team is doing right now, he's already given the key pieces away already.
Yes,
this dude's just been giving away. He's already been traded away key pieces already, and we will show you what he has in store. So right now, he pretty much doesn't have anything right now just to trade away or just to get better. So what he ended up doing before the trade deadline is getting here.
You passed it.
Oh, there it is, right there. So he had a first, but if we're looking at what he did, he ended up getting a first up in 25. He also had he has 3 seconds next year. Then he has 5 seconds the year after that. And he has pretty much half of the third round. So in this league that we're in right now together, the dude we only do 1, 2, and 3 rounds up in the actual rookie draft. So he's getting ready for next year, and that's what you got to do whenever you're one of the bottom teams. Like you sell off your top tier talents just to get picks and then compensation for, sort of like what they do up in the NFL, man. Deadline comes. We saw the Redskins do it, and and you see how the Redskins are still doing good. Even though you might not be able to pay somebody, you got to get rid of them just to get something.
The Commanders cut them that.
Yes, I mean I meant the Commanders. I don't know why it's still stuck in the brain. I'm ready for like the new team name to come out. Ooh. So they gonna change the Commanders? Name. Well, I know eventually they're gonna change
new owner.
Yeah,
because you got a new owner. We were just getting used to Commanders. Keep it the same.
Yeah, but. So what are your thoughts on this going into the actual playoffs and everything? It's like the strategies of like what you should be doing, getting everything in there, and
he should be trying to get as many first round picks as he can. He should be doing that, and he should be focused on who's coming out in the draft. He should also be looking at. He should also be looking at. Who's coming out in the draft, what players are going to possibly hit the free agent market, who's going to have the most money with me. Right now, he has $73 million. Who's going to fall off? Where am I going to be in that pecking order? My big dog. Yeah, he should be doing all of that. And this right here, so we don't have a typical playoff. I mean, we don't have a typical the last team gets the number 1 overall pick. We have what they call a losers bracket tournament. And I'll let Christian explain what that is. So that's just in more detail.
So in our playoffs, like we already know we're trying to keep everybody engaged up in the playoffs and everything. So what we end up doing is the last bottom 6 teams, sort of similar on like other platforms and things like that. We end up pretty much like just being out of it, just to keep everybody up into the playoffs, even if my team isn't. I was like one of the ones that just got knocked out. We give you that opportunity just to play for your pick up in the bottom 6.
If you still have it.
If you still have it. So if you still have your own first round pick, or even if you don't have it, you might be able to already have a deal in place ahead of time saying, hey, if I win it overall, I'll give you this player and then this player off my team just to get my pick back. And as of right now, we do have a team that is already in cahoots with that. But that was one of the guys' team. This actually 7-2. So if he by chance just drops 4 games next week or like up in the upcoming weeks, dude's still gonna probably make the playoffs. So, but that's what we do for up in our league right now. So we physically just have a losers bracket, and hey, play for your pick.
For your pick. So it's the end of your term. It's the playoff for the losers, quote unquote. Sorry. Just keep it above. Playoff for the losers.
Yep. That's why it's called the losers bracket.
It's called the losers bracket.
But also, everybody, please don't forget out there to like, comment, and subscribe.
Right.
Tell some of your buddies. Go on, give this to somebody, a friend of the friend of the friend of the friend of the friend.
Rate us 5 stars, please.
Yep.
Give us feedback, but just rate. You say anything you want, just give us 5 stars.
Yep. So, final thoughts, Mr. K Camp.
If you're like you say, if you're at the bottom, try to get all first you can. Look at the money, do your research on the rookie draft, and focus on how to flip your team in the next year to get better. We want to thank everyone for coming out. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. Spread love, not hate.
Spread love, everybody, not hate. We don't do that now.
What episode we on?
This is episode 23. Jordan in 23. The building.
Okay. MJ.
I don't know anybody else. I don't know anybody else other than MJ for that.
Nobody else matter with number 23. Don't know. No other. Does not. You did it right.
In the next segment, don't do these before the playoff. Don't do these before the playoffs. And what we're talking about is things that you should not do before the playoffs. Pretty much just straightforward.
Okay.
But also you're trying to understand how do you get some of these studs. It's actually doing some good research. During the off season, we're gonna actually go in some deep, thorough analysis, getting y'all prepared. Thorough analysis.
Oh, thorough. Okay. Thorough. Gotcha.
Ain't no you thought no pause. No.
Hey.
Nod.
You just pause that G. What?
Nah, man.
You say what? Okay. Gotcha. I'm with you. I'm tracking. I'm in Arizona. It's Bijan. So it's not Bijan, it's Bijan. Maybe that's the name. It's Bijan Robinson. Not Bijan. I heard it today on the thing. His mama pronounced it Bijan.
That's how. See, you got Google and everything doing all these translating. People calling him Bijan. It's Bijan. Get it right, everybody.
Bijan Robinson.
Bijan.
Thanks for checking out another episode of Cerberus Gridiron Podcast, powered by Cerberus Fantasy Sports. Make sure you stay tuned for the next episode.